I hated the story, talking to the patient, talking to the patient's family about amputation. I felt I was incompetent. How did I not have a tool to help this patient other than chopping something off? Decrease the inflammation, so it decreases the pain, and it accelerates the healing. I used it on a patient that was facing amputation for a 3-year-old wound, non-healing. Within 63 days, that wound was totally
Biohackers World Podcast.
Welcome to Biohackers World Los Angeles. I am here with Dr. Bruce Werber, the founder of BioXtek, and I am so excited to talk to you today. Welcome, Bruce.
Thank you, Nadege.
So today, I'm really something that's curious about your story. You were a surgeon. Now you focus on regenerative medicine. And so for anyone who's not familiar with actually what a big change that is in approach and in intention, what do you have to share with folks who are not familiar? How would you describe that?
Well, it really is more of a continuum. When I'm a surgeon, it's one patient, 2 hands, 1 patient, always trying to improve my patient outcomes by what I learned was I needed to improve their biology. So I learned over time that I needed to get them supplements and improve their full body. In 2007, I came across placental tissue, and I used it on a patient that was facing amputation for a 3-year-old wound, non-healing, non-responsive to everything I could throw at it. And I said, Larry, do you want to try this? We trying to cobble together some stuff. Theoretically, it should work. There was literature in 1905 about how this all worked prior to the onset of AIDS and HIV. And he said, I'll do anything. And so I shot him up, I injected around the wound, and within 5 days, it was 20% closed. The swelling, he had this like elephant swelling, came down to almost normal. I said, Larry, let's do another shot. This must be, who knows? Maybe magic, I don't know. So I shot him up again, and within 63 days, that wound was totally closed.
I know, and I'm sure so many people watching this also feel the same, where you go to your doctor and it's very soon, if there's something chronic going on or an injury or inflammation, it's like, go to surgery. And I love that you actually, as a surgeon, are taking a more holistic approach. Why aren't people talking about this type of regenerative therapy, and why should they care?
So from 2000, when I first started, to 2019, we were using this, and the word was getting out. We were using these placental-derived regenerative therapies on a wide range of pathologies. Unfortunately, like anything, people start taking advantage. They overpromise, underdeliver, and the FDA said, whoa, stop, and we have to get a biologics license. So up until then, it was just part of my practice. I mean, I was helping people who've been dealing with wounds forever, healing their heel pain, healing their torn tendons. And then my colleagues started jumping on it. Then I partnered with Dr. Zane Kalpi, a cardiothoracic surgeon, and we started using it on the heart, and we had these incredible outcomes. Due to a variety of reasons, it was time for me to, I was getting tired of the whole insurance rat race. And
I can understand that, yeah.
I had an opportunity to grow this company. I shifted from full-time practice. I still do Doctors Without Borders.
That's beautiful. Aw.
And this was a game changer for me. I've never seen anything. It was as close to miraculous as I've ever seen. I said, well, you're a one-off. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But then I talked to my colleagues in Arizona where I was practicing, and I said, send me the worst of your worst. Let me see if this actually works. And we did 19 additional patients in that cohort, published that. It took me almost 2.5 years to get that study published because nobody could believe the outcomes. All 20 patients healed on average 63 days. And that's what started this adventure with placental tissue.
Yeah, that's incredible because as a sexologist, I'm biased. My curiosity goes to how can this help with the body? How can this help with sex? And you and I were talking earlier about how this can actually help with erectile dysfunction. So can you share a little bit about the science of that?
Sure, yeah. So people may have heard of Gaines wave, which was extracorporeal shockwave therapy that was showing how it improved the blood flow to the penis. When we take our symphonic orchestra of 1,500 different growth factors, microRNA, messenger RNA, and we put that into the spongy portion of the penis, the cavernosum, now whatever blockages, like scar tissue that develops, it clears out, get new blood vessels, and more importantly, it maintains the erection because there's valves that allow the blood to flow out after you're excited. And so, and I do have to say, I'm not making any marketing claims.
No, I'm just a curious sexologist.
For the men, doing the shockwave with the regenerative therapies was quite dramatic in helping men function, but also for the women.
Yeah.
Same concept. For a lot of women as they get older, develop
vaginal dryness,
but also bladder, bladder
incontinence you were
urgency and
talking about,
yes. And the same idea is that these regenerative therapies appear to be helping improve the valve function so that there's better control, but also improving, as you said, the lubrication, quite helpful. A lot of women have pelvic floor pain or Alcock's disease, where the nerve is creating a lot of pain with sitting or with sex. Again, prior to 2019, there are several authors that have shown when they use these placental-derived products, they can improve that level of pain.
That's incredible because a lot of people think, okay, if I'm having erectile dysfunction, let me go straight to Viagra instead of finding something else. And why do you think it's so important to use the information and research you have to, instead of, again, don't go straight to surgery or don't go straight to taking Viagra or a pill, or even for women who are experiencing perimenopause, menopause, a lot of times they'll go to their doctors, and I'll see this with my clients in my private practice, and they're just frustrated. There aren't options. So what can you share with folks about this research and this information?
Well, it's growing. I mean, certainly we're here at the Biohackers World, and there's quite a bit of interest. Of course, we need to stay within the boundaries and guidelines of the federal government, but I have to say this current administration is it appears to be looking very favorable. We have no side effects. It's very efficacious. Worst case is 10, 15% of the patients don't respond. So hopefully the hurdles won't go away, but they'll be lowered so that we can bring these products to everybody. But certainly it is better to treat it non-surgically. The complications, risks with any type of surgery, yes, we're successful. Our surgical techniques have improved markedly in the last 40 years. But still, if you can treat it non-surgical without side effect,
why wouldn't you?
For me, that's
the goal.
I'll be happy to take that role instead of having to undergo a surgical procedure.
You know, I had a client who he was in his 60s and he had incontinence. He had to do a surgery on his penis, and then he had to work back up to being able to use his penis again. And I'm thinking of a lot of people that I know or that I have worked with who have to undergo some sort of invasive genital surgery or procedure. How would what you're working on really help these people?
So let's take prostate surgery, right? So unfortunately, complications with that of impotence. But one of the things that seems to be showing very big promise is we make these patches out of the placental sac. And if you lay that on the surgical area after you resect the tumor or the cancerous areas, and you lay this on and cover the nerve, it appears that it protects the functionality of that patient. Same with women, vaginal fistulas. And I think they're doing different types of cosmetic surgery where you use these types of biologics to reduce scarring to improve or I should say, decrease the inflammation. So it decreases the pain and it accelerates the healing. So these biologics with surgery go hand in hand to improve the patient outcome and patient experience.
That's incredible.
But again, I'm not making any claims.
Yeah, we're just what we've seen.
We're just talking, and yes, talking about our experiences.
Yeah, which is beautiful. For any women who are watching, especially, I know a lot of women in my private practice, they're over 50, they want to get back in the game. What does the research that you've seen, is there anything to help them?
This certainly helps. Like I said, with the lubrication, there's a protocol for injecting certain portions of the vaginal wall and the glands that create the lubrication.
Yeah.
And again, some women are concerned cosmetically.
Yes.
And not that this is going to fix anything, but if you're having that type of surgery and you use these products with that surgery, you're gonna have a much
heal better.
You're gonna feel better and heal better.
That is really nice. And there is an uptick of women doing all types of vaginal surgery for cosmetic reasons. And like, girl, do your thing. No judgment. Whatever you like. But I love that there's 100%. And I love that there is a holistic way to support all of this that you're researching and that you're looking into with all the experience that you have.
Yes.
Everyone usually has a passion for why they get into this field. Do you have a passion story about why you got in?
My passion was I hated the story, talking to the patient's family about amputation. I felt that I was incompetent. How did I not have a tool to help this patient other than chopping something off? And that really bothered me. It bothered me emotionally that I didn't have any other tools to offer the patient. And that's why I've been on this journey for all these years, is to improve those outcomes and reduce amputations, accelerate healing, so these patients can live longer, healthier lives. That's really what has driven me. The beauty is that it's expanded into being able to delay having to have a total knee arthroplasty or a total hip arthroplasty, because now we can use this biologic. And especially for the patients that are not good surgical candidates, they don't have to suffer. They'll have these opportunities in the 3 states that are approved. Not making any claims. Sorry, I have to make sure the FDA is happy.
That's okay, but I love that you do this because it gives the integrity to your work, right? We're doing the research, we're letting the research speak for itself. We have some places where it's available, and that's growing. What is your hope for the future with this technology?
Yeah. So what drives me every day is getting this across the finish line with the FDA.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bruce.